Did everyone eat pizza today, by the way?
No, I forgot.
Yes. Happy National Pizza Day.
Well,
okay.
at the
It
time
just
of this
clicked.
recording, yeah.
It just clicked for me right now when you asked, did everyone else eat pizza today? Like, why you were loudly declaring that you were going to eat pizza because it is a good day for that.
Yeah, in our group chat, I said we should eat pizza today.
And I say loudly as I read your letters that were clearly not capitalized.
National Pizza Day.
Yeah, at the time of recording, it is National Pizza Day. Now you know, everyone.
There's just
when
honestly,
we
there's too many of those, man.
Yeah,
There's too many of them. They all sound arbitrary. It feels like every single one of them just starts because someone on social media decides to put a caption on a photo,
National Hot Dog Day.
and then suddenly it's National whatever the fuck day.
Yeah.
National Post-it Day. I don't know. I'm just looking at random Post-it notes.
That's a thing?
You can,
I'm just looking
probably,
just looking. I'm sure it's a thing. There's a
Like-
National whatever day for everything.
National Haggis Day.
Yeah.
Like 3M will love you if you make a National Post-it Day.
Yeah. Post-it note day.
Yeah. National Podcast Day. I'm sure that's a thing. That sounds like a thing.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
absolutely
that's
sure
totally
that's a thing.
Well, speaking of podcasts, hello everyone. Welcome to Newbie Star Trek. I am Marvin.
Oh, we're on a podcast.
I am
what?
here with Sarah. Hello, Sarah.
Hi.
In 2013, there was a second annual National Post-it Day event on Facebook, but it's
Are you
pretty
serious?
local.
Oh my god.
It's just something that
There you
existed,
go.
but very small scale.
There you go.
Well, that was Dan, and then hi, Ricardo. What's up, man?
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
I'm from a space far away land of time and space. Yes.
Space Italy.
Space Italy.
Space
Yeah,
Italy.
that's right. Where the Leaning Tower. Remember what they did in France in an earlier episode? They put like a subway underneath the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, they're just like, let's just build it through the
Yeah.
Eiffel Tower. Fuck it.
Man, it
same thing in
deserves an
Space Italy.
upgrade.
They upgraded the Leaning Tower by putting the subway running through it.
It's funny how so much futurism from that era was about like, hey, let's take a known landmark and then we're going to somehow jazz it up and make it the future.
I don't
Put a bunch of
think
buildings.
running public transportation through or underneath a beautiful monument is jazzing it up, but I don't know.
But also,
something that
like,
we would want to do.
like the scale of the Eiffel Tower,
Yeah.
like that tube is gigantic. Like, what's going
Yeah.
through that
Yeah.
tube?
Big old fucking subway, dude. By the way, I want to say
Snowpiercer.
today we're filming. We're recording on National Pizza Day, but tomorrow is National Umbrella Day.
Oh shit!
Oh wow.
Old Feb 10th is a National
National Umbrella
Day.
Day.
National Home Warranty Day, National Cream Cheese Brownie Day, and National Giving Hearts Day.
Home Warranty
National-
Day.
National
What?
Cream Cheese Brownie Day.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, there's a national something for everything. There's
And also don't forget the National Home Warranty Day.
home
tomorrow.
warranty.
Yeah.
Everyone, make sure to fill out your home warranty cards.
Check
tomorrow.
your home warranty. Make sure you got that. All
Like
settled
every
in.
year, I feel the home warranty spirit less and less.
I know,
Me too.
I know.
It's a little too much. It's a little too much.
Yeah, the magic disappears a little bit every year. Every year,
As you get older,
yeah.
it starts going.
You realize you'll never cash in that warranty. The home
Guys,
just
You realize
Yeah.
you'll never have a home. And
On the 11th, T-shirt day. Don't
That makes
forget
sense.
T-shirts.
T-shirt.
And
It's
milk
T-shirt
day.
day every day around here.
National Milk Day.
Nice.
Get
Do
milk.
they accept nut?
I'm sure
Good.
that can
Do
be
you
arranged.
accept nut?
Do you have nut beverages?
You go into a store.
Do you have nut? That's
Do you
it. You
have-
have to. That's the syntax that must be used, or else you get no response.
Do you have nuts?
Interesting.
Oh, I dare
well-
somebody. Somebody should do that for real and see what happens.
Well, a lot of daring happened in this week's episode because a lot of people tried
Oh
to
boy.
do
This was quite the.
kidnapping and terrorism. The high ground.
Yeah.
I have the high ground, Anakin. It's
How does
over.
this- How does this title relate to the? Am I missing something?
I think they're kind of just saying like, take
I
the
don't
high
know,
ground,
man.
don't do terrorism.
Yeah.
That's usually the high road, though.
I don't know.
High ground's more about tactical advantages, but high roads are
half
about
of these
being the
episode
bigger
titles.
man.
I do wonder how they really apply.
The more and more I watch Star Trek: The Next Generation, the more I see that maybe. Look, I don't want to throw any accusations, but allegedly, George Lucas watched a lot of these episodes, and he's like, take the high ground, Anakin. I have the high ground. Okay, I got it. I have the high ground, Anakin. Okay, I'm gonna write that line. Got it. And he just was like high watching Star Trek and just writing episode 1 and 2.
Yeah,
and 3.
I mean, when he was writing episodes 1 to 3, he apparently was just holed up in his room writing the script on like lined yellow rule paper.
Honestly, it would be the best thing in the world to get it confirmed that while he was writing Star Wars movies, all he had on in the background was Star Trek.
TNG episodes.
Yeah.
And he's like,
That would be amazing.
If there's an episode coming up where the title is just Order 66.
Oh my god.
You're like, wait a minute. There was something else that happened in this episode. It wasn't not just the title, but something else that happened that I was like, oh man, this is another coincidence. Quinkydink, as they say.
What's that?
I forgot now. I forgot now.
We might get around to it.
Yeah, we'll get around to it.
It's the end of that story.
I'm just teasing it for when it comes on.
Thanks for that brilliant insight there.
Hey guys, remember I was talking about earlier? Though when the episode opens up, I want to say there's a guy that looks like John Mayer, like an older, little heavier John Mayer. We'll get there when we start talking about the episode.
Yeah,
sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself.
No, it's fine. I mean,
you're talking about the guy that's adjusting his pants, right?
In the beginning of the episode,
yeah,
he's
like
that guy. He's so the show
he does.
Up, it's in space, and there's a guy that crosses the camera, and he's looking towards like our direction, towards the camera. And he looks a lot like John Mayer. He's walking next to a lady. And then he sits down,
Okay.
Yep. He's a guy adjusting his pants. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. See. Okay. So I would manage to pick him out too. Yeah. You're right. You're right about that.
Like if John Mayer was like
body, it's Wonderland.
He's the gentleman adjusting.
Why do we keep
his
making
pants.
a reference to that song?
He's like Dad Bod.
That's John Mayer.
John Mayer.
I know.
That's actually John Mayer. Though.
Why does that song keep coming up in this podcast?
Because everybody's body's a wonderland. Nobody's shaming
First
here.
time I've brought it up, but that's because it's specifically John Mayer.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Well,
if you shapeshift into a wolf, hey, no body shaming here. Your body's a wonderland, baby.
Absolutely not. No body shaming allowed.
Well, John Mayer first aired on January 29th of 1990. Dan,
yeah,
let's go around the sun.
Okay. There was a couple of weeks in between this episode's airing and the previous. The previous episode aired. Wait, when did it air? It aired
January 8th.
Yes, and so it has been 21 days, 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
On
why
the
did they take time off? What's with the gap?
Not sure.
Holiday?
Maybe.
Could be holiday related. I'm not too privy. I wish I was on CBS Studios lot at the time. No, I don't. January 19th. Director Rod Underwood's cult classic Tremors released in theaters.
Whoa.
It's also known as that
Tremors.
movie I usually confused with Dune or something.
Really?
Whoa.
Just because of big sandworms.
Dude,
that's the only thing.
Kevin Bacon and one doesn't. So one is good and one is shit, dude.
Okay, here's the thing. I didn't watch either of them. I just saw the big sandworm stuff, and I was like,
not be more different.
Yeah, so yeah. For context, like that's the reason why I got them
Dan,
confused.
I'm with you. I've done the same thing. I'm with you.
Okay,
I'm with you.
that's funny.
One with bacon and one without. I prefer things with bacon. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. I mean, bacon is clearly superior. Although I don't know, Agent Dale Cooper's not bad.
He is. He's just terrible in that movie.
Okay,
like he's
then
horribly
in that case,
miscast.
you want your bacon then.
Because he's supposed to be like a prince. and they cast Dale Cooper. So it's not
Dale
very.
Cooper's he deserves to be a prince.
No. It was
Dale
not the.
Cooper's cool.
It was not the best casting choice.
All right, well, it's all right. One day I'll get my secret hope buddy movie of Kyle MacLachlan and Bruce Campbell being like buddy cops.
Oh, that would be.
That's what
quite
I
good.
want. Yeah. Okay, Tremors actually spawned 6 more movies and a TV show, just FYI. Wow.
It's true. There was a TV show.
Yes. Up next, aging boxer George Foreman was already a couple years into his second comeback, and despite being 41 years old at the time, it only took him 2 rounds to win against a fellow aging boxer, Jerry Cooney, on January 15th. Critics called the fight the Geezers at Caesars to mock their age. And though George Cooney, or not George, Jerry Cooney, although Jerry Cooney was 7 years younger than George, there is a George in this story.
I know.
He was 7 years younger, but he lost to Foreman, and that was his last boxing match. He ended his whole man's career.
Oh, wow.
So this guy, this is pre-grill, the Foreman.
Okay, like apparently during his second comeback for George Foreman, apparently like he took like 10 years off from boxing. Then he came back and he was like, I want to prove that, being old doesn't mean, that's the end for you.
Yeah,
40
like
isn't
Rocky.
a death sentence.
So wait, did he come out with the
earn
grill
money
at this
for
point?
my like philanthropic ventures, and the grill I think was just starting out because he just like by 1989 he was starting to endorse all this shit, and like he had the new smiley George Foreman persona as opposed to his original badass George
Did
Foreman
everyone
persona.
here have a George Foreman grill?
We had 2.
We had one in my home. I think we started off with a knockoff. It had the runny...
In the apartment Dan and I lived in, we had 2 George Foreman grills.
No way.
So they were side to side. Yeah.
Ricardo, did you have a George Foreman grill?
I did have a George Foreman grill. I used it a lot
Everybody had
during
one.
college.
It's
That
just
was
a
like a
waffle
thing.
iron with a draining slot.
It's just a waffle
But they
iron.
really
angled.
marketed it as like healthy because like all the fat would come out into that little tray, right?
Though, to be completely transparent, I would take the fat and then put it back on the meat.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
I would just...
No, Ricardo, stop.
Yeah.
It's like basting
you're frying it.
No, that's disgusting.
No, you're frying it in the oil.
But then why use the fucking grill? Like that's the fucking
it's convenient and
point
on
of
your
it.
counter.
It was convenient, and it left the little grill marks. It looked like it was like an indoor barbecue.
You know
Yeah,
what?
like a-
Foreman
like
would
a
not
novelty
be
grill.
happy with you. That's not how it was
Novelty
supposed to.
grill.
It's not how it's
Novelty
supposed to
grill.
be used. Oh my god! I can't believe you would pour the
Well,
drippings.
here's
back
what I
on.
legitimately used to do. I used to cook bacon in the George Foreman grill because it was easy. You kind of just put it in and kind of forget it. And all the grease that comes out, I just pour it into a pan and then cook eggs with it. It's
Oh god!
Like
Bacon grease used to be like the
Michael Scott.
cooking fat, man.
Yeah, it was used
People
to be.
would, people would just like collect it in a can,
Yeah,
and like use
Yeah.
it
And,
for
like,
whatever.
Can it?
Yeah, that was like a real Southern thing that
Mhm.
people definitely like did.
People
like,
still do it
Wow.
now.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
insane. He must have made so much money. Everybody had a George Foreman. Everybody.
Yeah, sure did.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
crazy. What a
Okay,
thing.
one
of the
last
past.
bit about Jerry Cooney.
Sorry.
He eventually cameoed on The Simpsons as the greeter at Mr. Burns' casino.
Oh,
So he was the
okay.
guy who got knocked out by Otto with a single punch.
Oh, that's a fucked up role.
A little bit. Just a tiny-
That must have
tiny little-
opened some old wounds.
But I mean, he agreed to it. Like
I
I'm
know.
sure he knew what he was going to be
that's-
asked to do as he got there.
Oh, wow.
All right. January 21st, tennis player John McEnroe became the first ever player to be expelled from the Australian Open, which is
Okay.
probably saying something because if you're too
That's
cantankerous for Australia,
That's awesome. They're already in a penal colony. They can't send you to like
what are you gonna do? Send me
Yeah.
to jail?
Even if criminals don't want you around.
send any hate mail from Australia to care of Parta de la Utah.
I like that Australian accent.
Yeah, dude.
that's exactly what
Oi,
Australia.
fuck
They love
you.
their Partas a la Utah.
Parta de la Utah.
All right, last bit. Just because it felt so familiar and nostalgic, hearing these names, on January 28th, Super Bowl 24 was held in New Orleans, where Joe Montana, the San Francisco 49ers, beat the absolute shit out of John Elway and the Denver Broncos with a final score of 55-10.
Dang.
I usually don't bring
wow.
up football Americano here, but it's just because John Elway
And you're excited about Super Bowl Sunday. I feel.
Oh yeah, I love big games. They're so
Yeah.
big.
Yeah,
So
we
big,
can't
dude.
say. I'm ready for the big game.
Denzel, look at I'm excited. There's football, touchdowns, end zones.
Okay,
Just
you know
every
what
word
Super
that you
Bowl
wrote.
Super Bowl Sunday has actually become for me? It's the day where I suddenly see a bunch of suspiciously high budget ads on social media.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like fucking Edgar Wright just made one with Zendaya for Squarespace to air on Super Bowl Sunday, which is absurd.
Nothing. Everything's so fucking postmodern now.
It's Zendaya. I think that's
Zendaya.
how you say it. I think that's how you say it.
If you're Mexican, you say
Zendaya.
Zendaya.
Zendaya. Daylight come, man. There's no way.
It's in LA this year.
Yeah, it's gonna be a nightmare.
Get her done, dude.
The traffic's already bad from before.
Yeah, from all
This
the
week,
from all the
'cause-
events.
Because there's events and then people coming in
pizza,
from out of
National
town.
Pizza Day, man. People start moving.
Yeah, people are like, we got to get our pizza in Inglewood. The
Can't get a
capital of
room in
pizza
any of the
world.
hotels.
All right. Well, thanks for taking us around the sun, Dan.
Thank you.
Also, let's thank our sponsor, ExpressVPN. If you want quality VPN that's high security, no logs are kept, so none of whatever you're doing online can be known by anybody. It's just between you and whatever entity you pray to or don't pray to. Who knows?
No one's going to see that you went to newbiestartrek.com.
Yeah. Do you want to listen to this podcast without anyone knowing that you do?
Understandable.
Yeah, it's understandable. Use ExpressVPN.
If you don't want your boss knowing how many people you've jerked, you fucking use a VPN, dude. You VPN and then search Jen's getting jerked. No, I'm sorry. You don't search that. You're going to go to a different website. Search Jerky Gent. You can give anybody Jerky Gent. What about if you want to give your boss, for National Bosses Day, some Jerky Gent? You want to get him jerked and you don't want him to find out. What if IT's like, hey, this guy's been visiting Jerky Gent too much. And then they spoil the goddamn surprise. Fuck those guys in IT. Fuck you, Carlos.
It's got real.
I know, dude.
Carlos is a bitch.
Yeah. So do yourself a favor. Get yourself a VPN while you're at work cruising the internet. No one's going to know you're buying your boss Jerky Gent or anybody.
Yeah.
Your lover, your mistress. I don't know. That's
Your work
it's a free world.
crush. Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever. Hey.
Yeah. And
We don't judge here.
If you're working remote, you're working in a different country, you're working all around the world, that's fine. ExpressVPN has 3,000 plus servers in 160 locations spanning 94 countries. Wow. That's so many places. And if you want to go and get that VPN right now, you head on over to expressvpn.com/newbie Star Trek. If you sign up for 12 months, you get 49% off your subscription because you get an extra 3 months for free. That's a pretty freaking good deal for VPN of this quality. So again, if you want that deal, head on over to expressvpn.com/newbie Star Trek. All right. Thank you, sponsors.
I want to say this, though. Ease. This could be you fuck nut. But you playing, dude. So fuck you, fuck Biggie, and fuck Big Boy Records, dude.
Oh, but you know who was a fan of Biggie Smalls, though?
Ricardo, could you please tell us what happened in this episode?
I would love for Data to be like, well, in the 20th century, there was a rapper known as
The Notorious B.I.G.
There was a classical musician known as the Notorious B.I.G.
Yeah, classical musician.
who had great melodies and beats. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be upfront with this. I don't like this episode.
I don't either.
It's not
It's going to be a
great.
chore to get through this episode. It was a chore to get through this episode.
I agree. To be honest, the main reason I got through this episode is because I was watching it with Sarah and we were eating dinner. So
And you were eating
And
jerky
that's fine.
yeah.
They can't all be winners.
I think it's just that it's one of those stories where the allegory is so on the nose that you're kind of we get it, terrorism.
Yeah, it's tedious, and it
Don't
also
like
ends up
it.
not saying much about it either.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it's so tiresome. It's like,
And
yes,
the
this is a familiar scenario.
the ending leaves much to be desired. You're just kind of like,
Yeah, it's just Picard
Like,
going,
just kinda-
maybe
just kind of ends, and
maybe
you're like,
one
all
day
right.
terrorism will stop. that's the moral of the story.
It's basically like they didn't take a stand on what side they were on. Like they're like, are we for this terrorism or against it? They're like, let's be wishy-washy this whole episode.
So apparently this was apparently a very heavily rewritten episode, because originally the episode was supposed to be more of an allegory for the American Revolution.
Right.
And what it was supposed to be is that the Federation was supposed to be the British. And it was supposed to be that, like, because literally redcoats, and then Picard eventually goes, "Oh shit, are we the baddies?" And then decides to like go away because he realizes he's the oppressor. But
That might have been compelling.
that might have been really interesting. But apparently, for whatever reason, I'm assuming it is the Maurice guy who is Irish and loved changing things to Irish things.
Mr. Ireland.
Apparently,
Ireland O'Malley over there.
yeah, the episode was changed to be about the IRA. So there we go.
I believe
Now, is that-
the main lady
is that a Roth
Irish
IRA?
as well. Dan.
Taxed before or after the revolution.
Yeah. He's like, you want to get
Oh my
taxed
God.
now or later?
Oh my
Better if you do it
God.
now, because then you don't have to pay taxes later.
Toy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So that
But
was
like,
her.
is the main lady? She's Irish. No, she sounds like it to
No,
me.
was she drinking whiskey and showed you her bare feet? No, she was not. She was not. She was not
damn it.
Irish.
And moving hay back and forth
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the same spot over
Yeah.
and over.
Mhm.
She's
the
on
only way.
cleaning, just moving the hay back and forth. God damn, I'm fucking Irish.
Now
I whip my hay back and forth. I whip my hay back and forth.
Oh my God.
I'm imagining just the lady going, "I'm cleaning." She's just,
She was.
oh boy.
I feel like some of the writers had never been outside of this country. They wrote some of these episodes.
Oh, easily.
Yeah, like I feel like the Irish, they like
I feel like some of
whiskey.
these writers have never talked to a woman.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah, 100%.
Well,
Like, okay, like going back a little bit, but the Scissor Me Timbers scene, right? You know,
Yeah.
from was the price? The price?
Yes,
Price is
That's
Right.
this is what they legitimately thought women talk like to each other.
they do when they go to aerobics class.
Yeah. No, Marvin,
Yeah.
in a special kind of film, they do. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
You're unusually,
if you
you're
use-
unusually
Marvin,
limber
if you
this
use-
morning.
If you use your VPN more often,
Yeah. I can direct you to a certain
dude.
catalog
Yeah.
of
I'm not
films.
imagining back
And
when
their
Dan and I
sequels.
lived together, and Dan comes over to me and goes, "You're
Oh, no.
unusually limber this morning."
And then you look up and you say, it's because I use my dick a lot.
yeah.
Oh my God.
See, this
Wait.
is what happens when we
Don't
have.
ask me how. I just did.
Did Dan actually say this to you? He said you were
No.
limber?
No, I'm just imagining.
Oh, I thought this actually happened.
No, I'm trying to imagine this dialogue in real life,
I was
right?
like, Dan,
You know,
why did you say that to Marvin?
like
that was
imagine you walked over to your sister one day and you're like, "You're unusually limber this morning." You're like, "What are you? Who talks like
I
this?"
wouldn't, yeah. I wouldn't say limber.
Well, I don't know what to expect from a deadbeat mom like Beverly. So I don't know, dude. I can't say it's out of the realm of possibilities.
Fair point.
She raised a goddamn terrorist. Look at this is an episode. Look. We're gonna have a lot of laughs with this episode.
Don't
Not
promise
because it's
that.
funny, but because it's a shitty fucking episode.
Yeah.
But I'll say this about this episode. I thought I let my imagination run wild again. And
Oh,
it happened
no.
again.
Oh,
It's one of those.
Yeah, dude. I thought it was going to be like an allegory for Wesley. Like, see, like she was going to figure out, like, oh my God, I've been raising a terrorist this whole time. And
Wesley is like, oh, I like the way these guys think.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah.
I mean, he does figure out what they do.
Dude.
He actually
you fight fire with fire, bro.
Yeah, he can think. He thinks like them. So.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's like a profiler that, like, you know how like serial killer profiles like are really fucked up because they have to think like serial killers. Wesley thinks like a goddamn terrorist.
Or he's like Leonardo DiCaprio in Catch Me If You Can. He becomes a consultant that works for the other side because he's like, I used to be the guy that steals all this shit. I know what's going on.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, like he turns terrorism into profit.
To wine.
Yeah. But I thought that's what Beverly was gonna like. She was gonna be enlightened by this terrorist and be like, wow, I raised a terrorist. I should be more present in this kid's life
to make sure he doesn't.
Yeah, and then halfway through, I'm like, well, maybe are they time travelers? Like, are they? Because they were like, well, when they do the whole not warp, when they disappear, I forget the word. When they do the doobly doo, and you know how they were saying like, oh, they don't leave a trace because they basically warp into like a different dimension.
Yeah, it's dimensional warping.
Yeah, dimensional. Yeah.
I thought it was Wesley from a different dimension. The Wesley multiverse, the Wesley cinematic universe,
right?
And they're all converging, and like I'm like this guy's Wesley. But that's what I thought about the Traveler too. Remember, I thought that was Wesley too.
Right.
I thought a lot of people were Wesley. Like
you think a lot of people are that person from the future come back in time.
Yeah, I guess I'm really into time travel stuff, and it never pans out for me because there's not a lot of time travel in this.
I just realized their dimensional warping is essentially Nightcrawler. That's what Nightcrawler does. He goes into different dimensions
all over the place.
Yeah.
But these guys, have you guys read Timeline? Michael Crichton book. Michael Crichton.
I don't read.
That was it was kind of like that a little bit. Like in the Michael Crichton book, they use time travel, but basically it's kind of like how they do the transporting basically in the show, which is every particle of your body is disassembled and then reassembled. Well, in the book Timeline, which is kind of what happens in this episode, when it comes back together, it's not perfectly right. So like veins in your body aren't like specifically like done right. So people start getting really sick, and it was a lot. There's a lot of parallels.
There's a few errors here and there.
That's kind of like this.
Yeah, very much like it.
Yeah,
because of their interdimensional travel, it's making them ill, and that's why they need the doctor.
So, maybe I've seen too many shows and movies and books that are really similar, or maybe
you just wanted more.
Yeah, I just wanted more, dude. Maybe don't revolve an episode. Like, to be honest, like the Scissor Me Timbers episode was not. It was just over the top and it wasn't written well. But I like that it was all about Deanna. But this one was all about Beverly, and I was not a fan. Not a fan. Yeah. And she wasn't really helping anybody. Beverly's not helpful. Like she's killed more people than probably like any of the wars they've had in the show.
It is true that like when they bring her, they go, "Can you help them?" And she goes, "No, you can't. I can make him more comfortable."
Well, also her getting kidnapped here. Just the pure fact of trying to get her back does kill people. People are killed in the process.
That's true. Yeah. True. If she just decided to warp back when she was told to.
And Picard,
she is a fucking idiot and failed to follow
orders
from very superiors. Also, how did she supersede Worf, who was a security officer? He should have been weird. Yeah, like it's against security policy. You cannot do this.
Yeah, I don't know what the rankings are. I don't think she can hold rank over Worf.
Well, they kind of like
she said it's an order, and Worf's like, okay, and I'm like, call fucking Keenan Ivory Waynes, dude, have him give orders.
Well, I don't know how much she follows orders, because even when Picard's like, oh, these are my orders, she was just like, I don't follow like stupid orders, I don't follow like if they're dumb, I'm not going to do them. I was like, is that true? Can you just like be like, I don't feel like doing that. It sounds stupid. I disagree.
She's like, parlay.
He's got like, or Picard has a soft spot for her, and it's just like, well, okay.
Well, I think he's got a hard spot for her.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
Because like, she's kind of
guilt
like
for killing her husband.
I mean, they were kind of having a heart-to-heart, later on, and it seemed like she was kind of like, "Yeah, I'm going to do what I want. If I
she
agree
also
with you,
said,
then
Jean-Luc, in case we don't make it out of here alive, there's something I need to tell you."
Oh my God!
And then Sarah and I both immediately went, "Wesley's your son?"
Yep.
Wait, we never got that resolved.
No,
it was
we
a
never did.
Beverly's son?
No.
Yeah. What the fuck was that though? They're dropping some some hints at something serious.
I'm telling you,
she's hiding.
If this show ends after whatever many seasons there are, and it turns out that Wesley is not Luke Picard's son, I'm gonna lose my shit, dude. I'm gonna find Snodgrass and just be like,
"Why her?"
Get my gloves and challenge her to a duel. Just smack her and be like, "I challenge her to a duel. You fuck me."
I mean, what else could it be? Honestly, I mean, she really had something to tell him. Like, what the fuck else? I mean, of that serious nature.
She's all. I have to talk to you about your car's warranty.
Yeah.
Your home warranty.
Why did I see that coming? Like I just expected that to be what you said.
Because they call you so many times,
but they don't usually whisper like that.
It's working.
Yeah,
they're
it was an intimate moment in the show.
Yeah.
I have to tell you something. And he's like, "Yes, I didn't really kill your husband. No, you really killed him. What is it? Is it that Wesley is my child? He was only 13." And then he's like, "No, I need to talk to you about your car's warranty." And he's like, "I haven't had a internal combustion engine since I was 12." Man, that would have been a good episode. But no, we got this shitty episode. So let's get through it.
And we'll never know the secrets.
Yeah. So look, we're gonna give you the bridge version on this one because this one was a hard tale to
and
follow.
not a lot happens actually.
Yeah. So the gist of it is Beverly does not follow orders at all. Maybe she killed her husband, dude, because she didn't follow fucking orders, dude.
They kind of brush it off with comedy too, because at a certain point, when Beverly's being, stubborn about coming up, Riker's like looks at Picard's like, "I don't want to be there in the teleporter room." When she comes back, or the transporter room.
It's like, what? She's gonna be mad? Okay, like
it's like, oh, mad woman.
Yeah, like it's
hell
super
hath
strange.
No fury.
Yeah,
just to be frank, if you have an officer that you're afraid of telling orders to, maybe you shouldn't be your officer anymore. Because if you're a captain,
I mean, what's the point of being what's the point of being a captain if someone in your crew isn't going to follow your orders? Like, I don't understand.
Well, to be fair, he's had many. This is one of 20 incidences that has happened in the last episode that he should be court-martialed for just letting his
and
crew
Beverly is well aware of her power to relieve the captain of command when he is unfit to command.
Yeah.
To relieve the captain.
Here's the thing: is that there's something sketchy going on. I don't like Beverly. Pulaski would never do this shit, dude. She would complain and she would argue her point, and she would argue so well that she would change people's minds. But she just wouldn't go against orders. Like she'd be like, no,
she wouldn't just ignore the order. She would reason. She would try to reason to order to change.
Yeah,
Yeah.
She would be right in the end.
I want a petition for them to change her. Get rid. Who do we talk to? Obama or something?
Yes.
We need to get Beverly out of here, dude, and get the other one back in, dude. Pulaski, we apologize. We need you back, dude. I don't know if somebody has a time travel machine, or we get to go back in time, fill out a petition, because this is not working for me. She's constantly fucking up. Her son's only getting worse. She's So in this episode, the terrorist attack in this goddamn fucking planet. By the way, it's not even a Federation planet. The terrorist thing should happen, and then they should have been like, "No, we're out, dude. Fuck this shit, dude. This isn't our problem. Get the fuck out of here." If they don't want to fucking throw in for the collection plate, fuck this planet, dude.
Yeah.
And I would have just left. Been like, no. But
it's weird because they're like, let's drop off the supplies, right?
And drop off the supplies and bounce. Bye.
Yeah, why didn't they leave? Because the intro very specifically states recreational shore leave has been prohibited. So why are they hanging out having lunch?
Yeah.
It's strange.
They're very hungry.
Well, also, I don't know.
It feels like this. Hey, you guys can travel to Cuba. Okay, well, we're gonna drop off this medicine in Cuba because it's a diplomatic thing. Okay,
Exactly.
Well, anyway, we're here. We should just like have cigars, right? And like have lunch. It's like, no, you pieces of shit, you fucking idiots, get the fuck back up to the fucking ship, dude.
Yeah.
Now that's pissing me off. You remind me of something that really pissed me off. And that was it, dude. Now you got me to 10. I don't like this.
And it's like it's not even like they're having like a diplomatic lunch or something that's political. They're at what seems to be a mall. Like a food court.
Yeah, it does look like a food court.
They're at the Sherman Oaks Mall. Really small ass mall.
They're eating fucking Sbarro, and then like
it's a price center.
Yeah. And they're not even eating pizza for Sbarro. They're eating like the salad.
They're eating the worst possible thing you can get at the Sbarro.
Yeah. And then there's a terrorist attack.
They're having the pasta.
So boom.
Yeah. So there's a terrorist attack, and then again, they don't even have security guards. If they were there to give on a diplomatic thing and just giving them medicine and leaving, or giving this out of the kindness of their hearts, they should have had security, dude. So fuck the planet too, dude.
Worf's the past couple episodes have not been kind to Worf's security job.
Yeah. And then so there's a terrorist attack, and then Beverly, refuses to follow orders, and they take her as they kidnap her. They come and take her, and I noticed that they also take I don't know if they're arresting him or not, but it looks like they're arresting fucking John Mayer. They take him away. I don't know what he did, but they're definitely like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Beat it, dude.
Yeah.
And then like the Nova Corps shows up, and they're fucking useless, dude. They like can't shoot one simple terrorist. The Nova Corps guy draws first, and he doesn't shoot. He's like, well, let's see what this guy does.
Let's see what they'll do.
The terrorist takes fucking Beverly to Quado, dude. And Quado's got a weird disease because like he's interdimensional travel, like time traveling, basically. So he's dying, and his people are dying, but they're like, oh no, we believe in this, and this is bullshit. And like, it's not even really clear what he wants. It's like, well, they're encroaching on our rights,
independence.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, but be more clear, dude. Like, it's just like, we don't want to do that. We don't want to take vaccines. I thought we lived in America, and it's like, okay, well, give us another option, and we'll figure. Like, what is your option? And it's like, well, we don't know. We just don't want to wear masks. Okay, but we don't want to get sick. What's another option for you? I don't know. You're just encroaching on my liberties. Well, then fuck you, dude. I'm glad this guy died. Yeah, I'm glad he got shot in the back.
The problem with the terrorists is that they're trying to paint them in like a sympathetic. They're doing a both sides thing, right? Which is fine, but they don't give either side like clear reasons. You know what I mean? Like, what is the center of the conflict? If you're doing for example, you're doing an IRA allegory here. This is an allegory for the Troubles, essentially. Then, like, the whole point of the Troubles is that they wanted Irish reunification, right? Which coincidentally is actually mentioned in this episode. They claim that 2 years from now, in 2024, the Irish reunification is going to happen. So we'll see. They were right about the Cold War. So, but it just makes me wonder, like, why didn't they like just give them more clearly defined goals for either side? Because they just kind of hate each other. And is that supposed to be the point, that all they have is their hate? But then at that point, fuck both of them? I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely not clear what the issue is.
Yeah, did I miss it?
And what would be the solution?
No, I don't have anything clearer than
we don't have any. We don't have any answers, Marvin. That's the problem, dude.
Yeah, all the intro says is like the Ansata terrorist separatists are demanding autonomy and self-determination on their homeland.
But what's funny is that this is also an echo of like what happened with the Mad Max people like 3 episodes ago.
Yeah.
Like it's yet another like, hey, we've met yet another like dark-eyed scumbag who's gonna get close to one of the ladies in the show, and it's like, fuck off. You've seen this one already.
It's very similar.
It's more material for George Lucas to steal. He's like, oh, separatist. That's good. That's good.
Oh yeah, separatists.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, plagiarism abounds.
We're gonna get hate mail both.
Allegedly.
Was he watching a bunch of Star Trek tking this is boring and full of bureaucracy? I'm gonna write the first episode be full of dumb, boring bureaucracy.
We're gonna get hate mail from both Star Trek fans and Star Wars fans this week.
You know why? I think that makes sense. Phantom Menace, a lot of it is just like politics talk, right?
Yeah.
And maybe that's what George Lucas thought Star Trek is, right? It's just a lot of politics talk. So maybe he was like, I'm just going to write an episode of Star Trek in Star Wars. But the problem is he doesn't know how to write a culture other than a stereotype. So when you have the Gungans and then you have with the Trade Federation, he's just like, okay, so they're Jamaican and they're Chinese. And that's
maybe George Lucas just stuck to season 1 of TNG.
Yeah, dude. He should have been measuring men, dude. Just measuring fucking Gungans.
That's how he decided to write his politics.
Yeah. So Beverly gets here. I'm going to give you the quick and dirty. Beverly gets kidnapped. She refuses to eat fucking dinner. She's like, I don't know.
Yeah, the guy has a weird. He's a weird obsession with having her eat dinner.
Oh, there is a weird like. And look, I'm not shaming anybody for their kinks. I'm just saying that there's a thing where like men like to pay women to eat.
Yeah,
and that's the thing.
Of course, and watch them eat. Yeah.
So this krilled fucker is I'm not gonna say pervert.
Definitely
because everything if you want to fuck a fucking furry, you do whatever the fuck you want, dude. As long as it's consensual. But I don't want to say this guy's a pervert, but he's a space pervert. He just wants to watch.
He likes to watch.
It's called feeding, right? Yeah. Like feeding is like a.
He's a pervert because he kidnapped her. That's why he's a pervert.
Yeah.
And then Wesley's like, oh, my mom got kidnapped. Oh boy, can I be part of the team? And he's like, no, Wesley. And then Deanna's like, you should consult him. Like you should be more like because he's a boy and he's like, and then he's like, got it. Never gonna talk about this ever again.
Oh my god!
And he's like, no, okay, that's fine. Don't talk about it. And like, you never see like a really good scene where he's like, Wesley, if your mother dies, I will take care of you like my own because you are my own. No, nothing. It's just like, sure, Wesley, figure this out, dude. Go get busy.
Don't worry, your mom's safe.
Until you figure out your next terrorist attack.
We know your mom is safe somehow. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Your mom is safe.
They want to use her as a bargaining chip. And he's like, oh, what's that? What's a bargaining
that's true.
chip?
Yeah.
Why would he not know?
Yeah.
There's a lot of stupid things he doesn't know.
What is? I thought this kid was fucking smart. Doesn't he need any reading fucking books all the time?
Why would anyone take drugs? I don't understand.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh God.
I've never read about these drug things. Well, Wesley, you piece of shit. You should know because drugs are beautiful, dude.
Hey, you know what?
Sometimes people don't want to be in reality.
Yeah. I've met some straight edge people who would legitimately ask that question. Why would anyone ever turn to those?
And to them, I would say like Dewey, like Dewey from Walk Hard.
You know what?
It's the cheapest drug. It's got to give you a hangover. It doesn't give you a hangover.
You can't.
All I gotta say is,
you can't OD on it.
If I could, I would 100% do drugs.
Out of
100%.
Get out of here, Dewey. You don't want none of this shit.
You don't want none of this shit.
So then they meet the head of the Nova Corps, and she's like, "Well, these goddamn terrorists, they're fucking up to no good." And they're like, "If we had some of your technology," and now I wanted if I was Picard, I was like, "Motherfuckers, team up with these fuckers. These guys can time travel basically almost. They're this close to time traveling. Yeah. Time travel back and fuck each other, and then you'll be happy. Like, just be cool. Don't be this angry, dude." And Picard should have stolen that technology because those things they're not working properly. But if they were, fucking time travel, dude. Interdimensional travel, dude. Multiverse travel.
Yeah.
Picard just sees this technology and says like, not important. Let's move on. I would have confiscated all this shit, dude. And then the Krill guy, again, there's another creepy scene where he's like, Beverly's sleeping and he touches her leg, dude. Very creepy.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, relax, baby. I'm just here to feed you. You know what I mean? And she's like, I'm not fucking hungry, dude. And she's like, well, maybe eat low food.
I mean, the way it's edited, it feels like it's only been like 20 minutes since she was kidnapped.
Yeah.
And it's like, and he keeps like offering food to her. But and she's like, I just ate. We came from a food court. Like,
yeah. I just had a fucking shitty pasta from this place called Sabara's.
I just had a torpasta.
Yeah.
From this food court.
I had Mongolian barbecue. Actually, Mongolian barbecue is delicious.
It sure is, man.
I can't hate on that, dude. If you or anybody you know owns a Mongolian barbecue place and you want to sponsor us, boom. Well, we're Mongolian barbecue
the great
shirts.
cons.
Yeah.
And then she starts eating with her hands.
Yeah.
So weird.
And like,
I mean, he didn't give her a fork. He didn't give her a fork or anything.
But he did it on purpose because he wanted her fingers to be all greasy. And he was getting off on that.
Yeah. No, he like gives her this plate
hands.
And he's just like watching her eat, and it's super weird.
I'm just glad that he didn't try to feed her himself.
Yeah, he's like, shh. He's all
he was close. He was close to it. If she didn't take the plate, he was gonna like pin her down and like stuff it. Yeah, I don't know.
And this race of people, like they all have like white stripes on their head, like scars.
Yes, like the scars.
They all have the Sweeney Todd hair.
Yeah. Except
the Nova Prime lady.
Yeah, but we were wondering, did she dye her?
She dyed her hair, I think.
She dyed it black. She has like a black stripe.
Yeah. She's like, no, these colors don't run.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, your colors are just the same color. You just dyed it. It's like the same thing.
She didn't want to be the gray stripe. She wanted a black stripe.
Yeah.
So a lot
maybe
more.
For a lady, you have to do the other way.
Wesley, that's true. Yeah. That's true. It's a low rank, maybe, in this fucking society. Fucking sexist bastards. So Wesley is smart and he thinks like a terrorist. So he figures out how the terrorists are cloaking themselves, and he finds their spectral trail or some bullshit like that.
Yeah.
And he's like, look, if we reverse these spectral doohickeys and we do this, and then the Nova Prom lady starts arresting fucking kids, dude. Yeah. And he's like, we haven't figured this out, but this old ancient culture had a thing called waterboarding. We're gonna test it out on these kids.
Oh no! Oh no!
It's a real shit episode, this one. And then the terrorist guy's like, why are these people dying? It's like, well, because you guys are time jumping, dude. You guys are like, it's not healthy.
It's fucking up your body.
Yeah,
your genes are fucking the genetics.
Yeah, he's like
time travel.
You guys are dimensional jumping too much and not enough gene jamming, dude. Make a little love to each other, and you won't be so upset, dude. And then she's like, "Are you guys polygamist?" It's like, "No. We're just terrorists." Like, oh, okay. And then the Nova Prime lady is like, "So I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if I'm always shipping people, but like, I thought there was a thing with the terrorist and Beverly. There's some sexual tension going on there.
For sure.
Okay. I thought they were doing.
He fucking drew her, and that creepy portraits of her.
I thought the story was doing actually two romances in parallel.
Yeah,
one with Beverly and the terrorist,
Riker and the other lady.
Nova Prime lady. Dude. Yeah, because she was like opening her heart to him, and it's like a shot later where it's like a lingering shot on him like looking at her. I'm like, is he thinking that he wants to fuck her right now?
He would 100% do that. 100%.
Riker's motto is, if it breathes and if it's consensual, I will fuck that hole. I mean, it's known. It's in the wiki thing, whatever you call it. What's Star Trek wiki?
The memory alpha.
That's it, dude.
He doesn't even need a hole. He just needs a general surface to rub on.
Jerky gent style. I'm kidding. Jerky gent's the best.
No, I mean, there's definitely some tension. I mean, she's a cutie. He can definitely...
two consenting adults.
The girl, the lady, the Irish lady.
They're all a bunch of cuties.
They're all Irish, Sarah. They're all Irish. They're all space Irish.
Space Irish lady with the suspenders, the glittery suspenders.
Those are so dumb looking.
And then Data's like, Captain, I find it difficult. And you're like, oh boy, another fucking robot question, dude. He's like, I'm sorry, guys. This episode really pissed me off, and I'm really shitting on everybody. But I promise next week will be different.
No, it's fine.
No, it won't.
The The episode's just like, it's because the episode just kind of meanders.
Yeah,
and it has nothing to say about the like this is one of the conversations where they're trying to say something about terrorism, right? So then you have,
but they don't really at all.
Yeah, Data just goes, Commander or Captain, terrorism seems to work, and Captain goes, no, it doesn't, and Data goes, but yeah, look at all these examples where it worked, and then Picard goes, shut up. And walks away.
He's basically like, you're a robot. You don't know shit,
Data
dude.
is just like trying to figure out, like, hey, when does terrorism actually seem to be an acceptable solution? Okay, how about this? After all other avenues are exhausted, and terrorism is the only thing left, it still it seems to be the most effective thing. And then Picard's like, dude, these are really heavy questions. I don't have like.
I don't want.
I'm not in the right mind space for this right now. I don't think I can have this conversation.
Yeah,
the writer is saying, I don't have the headspace that I've been hired to write this. I don't.
Yeah, we only have 40-something minutes.
Melinda Snodgrass is like, really, this episode doesn't have enough sexual tension with Data to make me want to keep writing this.
Yeah,
I'm gonna just let it go.
She's I didn't write a character that's me in this episode. So moving on. The episode continues, and the terrorists like beam up to the ship, to the Enterprise. They just shoot random people, just randomly.
Yeah,
it feels like a Chuck Norris movie. It feels like Invasion USA, just randomly shooting people with balls. And then like the captain's like, "Fuck this, dude! They're not gonna do this in my ship." And he like mounts one of the terrorists, and he's like, "Fuck you, dude! I'll kill you, dude! I'll kill you with my bare hands, dude."
Yeah. He gets really in there.
He gets physical, dude.
I didn't realize Picard beat up a terrorist better than Worf did.
Yeah, Worf got shot like a chump, dude. And no, he chump,
Worf
dude.
just
He
cannot
got shot.
stop jobbing.
Yeah. That's how Worf sounds every time he gets hit or shot. Which is also what he sounds like when the people are hitting him, like the rite of passage. It also sounds like him when he gets a Tapatio hot end.
I guess to Worf's credit, he did take down the person who shot him too. It was like
it was like a Mexican standoff sort of thing where they both shot each other at the same. That's not what a Mexican standoff is.
No, a Mexican standoff is a three-way standoff.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
That's a Mexican standoff.
I like to have some Mexican standoffs. But anyway, the captain jumps on the dude and he gets beamed out because they're like, fuck. We've killed enough people. Let's get the fuck out of here. And the captain didn't do shit, dude. Like he just got kidnapped. It's like, God damn it, dude. And then they shot the bridge's computers. Like they're like, fuck it.
To make sure they can't use it.
Don't follow us. Basically, now Beverly and the captain are down there. And Beverly, like we said, is first of all, the terrorist says, when this is over, I may kill you, dude. And it's like, well, fucking terrorist, dude, you idiot, dude. You don't even know what you want, dude. It's not clear what you want. Well, you should really think about it. Stop. Take a year or two. Get these people fucking healthy. Maybe get some of these kids to grow up and train them as child soldiers. And rethink this whole thing, dude. Because your manifesto is bullshit, dude. Maybe dye your hair, dude. Yeah, or cut it. Stop offering people food.
I mean, another thing that like
you need to get it in writing or something.
Yeah.
Another undercurrent I feel throughout this episode, it's like, okay, you've established that using this dimensional teleporter thing is killing you all. And Beverly even tells them, just fucking stop.
Yeah. The only way to fix yourself is just stop doing it.
We can't. No, we want to do it though.
Yeah, and they're like, it's better to die a martyr. One martyr is worth 10
Bush. And they're like, have you ever seen a bush? Where the fuck okay, fucker? I don't think you've ever seen a bush.
Also, we're well past
any
the
kind,
point
if
now.
You know what I mean.
Around like almost 60 minutes into the episode, there's a part where a boy brings or like is helping her like treat like one of the people who are sick, and she's like, "Oh, you're really good at this. You can do this when you grow up." Yeah. And then Beverly just says on her own, "If you grow up,"
right next to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fucked up. Me and Marvin were like, holy shit, that's a really dark thing to say to a kid.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if you went to like a children's hospital. You talk
and
like
it's like, well, you could be the president. Sure, you can be the president if you live. Yeah. Whoa, dude. I'm telling you, Beverly constantly shows that she's a bad fucking doctor.
She has
bad bedside manners.
There's
dude.
actually,
you say that to a kid, that makes you a bad person.
Yeah, there's like
she's a deadbeat mom. I've been saying it for fucking years now, dude.
Years.
No
there's
one
like
believes.
Okay, but all of a sudden though, when she's been kidnapped, her son is her number one reason to live. Like every time she's it's like, I got a son. I got a son.
Remember when they had 10 minutes to live and she chose to be with fucking Picard?
Yeah, over her son. Yeah.
That's fucked up.
There's a legitimate ongoing narrative at this point of Beverly just being like completely like sociopathic in terms of her relation to death. Cause like there's another episode, remember when like she was like, she's about to die, Captain. You should come in and see. And then she says right out loud next to like the spouse, yep, she's about to die, or he's about to die.
Yeah.
Yep. And
he's like, look, everybody look. We're close to the loss. Everybody, Tim on the console. Look, dude, this bitch is about to die.
We have a kill screen coming up.
Yeah. We have a kill screen, literal kill screen coming up. And then this boy, she's just like, yeah, you're probably not gonna live. But it's just like
I always forget that she's Wesley's mom.
Exactly.
Until she's like, oh, I have a son. I'm like, what? Like,
who's her son? Yeah.
Who are we talking about? I'm like, I never see them hang out. She never talks about him. Like, it's not.
Do they never have lunch together?
No, they never have mom. They never have son and mom dates. Like, what the hell? She doesn't tuck him in to bed at night.
Well, he's a little old for that, dude. Come on.
No, he's not.
She never gives him.
He's too young to be dating.
She never kisses him on the forehead and says "I love you." And what the fuck, man?
This fucking terrorist guy then shows up on the Enterprise, and he's like, "You woman." Counselor Troy's like, "What the fuck?"
Oh yeah. she's just like walking in the hallway. And she's like,
She's on her way to the bathroom. She's like,
"How did she know anything? Like, what if it was just a random ensign?" He's like, "You peasant, tell everybody if I don't get my demands, I will kill the captain. Goodbye." And then he just disappears, and it's like, okay. And then he forgets to give the message to anybody. He's like, oh.
What if she didn't speak English?
Just like, I hope she has like. I was like thinking to myself, I'm like, I hope she has like a notebook to write all this down. It was kind of a lot.
The demands were a little complicated. I was actually mentally kind of keep track of what the demand was, and I was like, wait, what?
Wait,
so how many hours? How long?
What do I have to do? Who do I have to talk to?
Could you have written it down on a piece of paper?
Hang on, let me grab my notebook.
I could then hand it over to the authorities because my memory isn't what it used to be.
Yeah,
I'm in my 30s now.
It was definitely a lot. It was definitely a lot.
Yeah.
You should have like, I brought you this contract from my notary.
Yeah. I want
to read this over carefully and sign when you have agreed to our terms.
I have a notary here with me to make sure.
I want tasty cakes.
I have a notary galactic.
And they're like, well, we can get those. Those were like a 20th century thing, and like it was only in like Philly and the East Coast. I don't care. You find me some hostesses. You find me some Choco Dials that hostess made. They haven't made those in millennia.
Find me some Wonka bars.
Yeah, find me some Wonka bars.
No. Yeah, that's impossible.
KFC used to make these little biscuit sandwiches. Just tiny. They're delicious. They don't make them anymore. Find them. We want those by noon.
Also, the double down.
Oh, wait, they brought back the chicken littles. They're not the same. God damn it.
Get me a McShaker salad.
McShaker salad.
Yeah. Me and Marvin always talk about McShaker salad and how everyone loved those.
Listen, McShaker salad. Okay, tangent. McShaker salads.
My mom was obsessed with those.
That any salad is a McShaker salad.
Yeah.
You know, you could shake any salad. It doesn't have to be the one. From
you just have to be brave.
You just need to have a closed container.
Yeah, or just take a bag of salad, take it to McDonald's, and as long as you do it within the premises, it's a.
I mean, sure, if you're a coward.
Yeah.
McShaker. Oh my God, they got rid of those. Yeah, a long time ago.
It was killing people. It was getting cow disease.
There was a shaking accident.
Yeah, people were getting carpal tunnel.
Oh my God, my mom loved those. Like she was literally obsessed with those things.
Man, now y'all got me thinking of an Arch Deluxe.
Well, if you become a terrorist, you can.
It was a pretty shitty burger, honestly. The bun sucked.
Wait, what was it? That was at McDonald's? What was that?
Yeah.
What was that? I don't remember that.
It was kind of like, if I recall correctly, and I'm probably wrong about this, fast food aficionados out there, please correct us. Mm-hmm. I believe the contents were comparable to that of a Jumbo Jack or Famous Star.
Arch Deluxe.
It was a Famous Star. I think they're trying to do a Famous Star. Yeah,
it's a gourmet hamburger marketed towards adults.
Yeah,
it was marketed toward adults.
Yeah, it had.
Hey, there's a split in this bun.
Yeah, it looks a lot like a fucking vagina or a butt. Depends on it's adult.
Yeah, it's for adults.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They also used to have like
penises.
They said it was a major flop. People didn't like them.
Yeah. Remember like the mini Mac
flopping all over the bun.
Wasn't there like a miniature version of it?
Yeah.
That also failed horribly. Who wants a small Mac?
Oh my god! Remember the McLean? Do you remember the McLean?
Oh, I don't.
It was like a low fat burger.
Guys,
anyway,
there's a goddamn Big Mac right now that has all the fucking chickens in the world, dude. It's got a chicken patty. It's like a.
You mean their hack menu?
Wait, are you talking about that menu hack shit?
No, it's a brand new item at McDonald's.
Oh, really?
It's a tower, a burger tower, and it's got a chicken patty. It's got a regular patty, a regular beef patty, and it's got a fish fillet patty. It's called Land 2 if by land, 1 if by sea, or something like that.
Okay, Ricardo. I regret to inform you that the wool has been pulled over your eyes on.
What is it called? What is it called?
It's called the Land, Air, and Sea.
Okay,
and this is part of their menu hack menu. They're like their hack menu, right? But here's the fucking catch: all these are nicknames for combinations of items that are ordered separately, and they force you to build that shit yourself.
No, dude, no. I want them to build it, dude.
Oh my god,
too fucking bad. But that's why I hate this menu with all of my heart, because it's like, this isn't even a discount. Like, you're just telling us to order multiple things at once and call it something.
Yeah.
And assemble it yourself.
And then we waste extra lettuce bits and buns and shit when we make what you're telling us to make out of it.
That's
just
stupid.
make it for us, you
Okay,
fucks.
you know what? I'm going to edit this, Marvin. Fuck Ease, fuck Biggie, fuck Big Boy Records, and fuck McDonald's, dude. They fucked me with this, dude. I was gonna go order this thing. Here's the thing about here. Okay, now we're gonna give Jack in the Box the praise they need. Look, Jack in the Box, you go in and you have their goddamn high menu, which is anything you can get when you're high. They're crazy concoctions, and they're good because you have people who are high testing that shit, and they're like, "Oh, this is not good. Don't put fish in this thing."
They're munchy meals.
They're munchy meals.
Yeah, the late night munchy meals, like those are legitimate successes. But
these bastards at McDonald's, those fucking idiots, have nobody testing this stuff.
No,
so much so that they're like, at your own risk, guys. This is going to taste like shit, but we're going to give you the map to do it.
Oh,
it's just infuriating.
I'm mad, dude. I'm at a 10. If this episode didn't get me a 10, this news, dude. Dan.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
I'm sorry, man. But I couldn't let you live that lie anymore.
I will say this about this episode. There's a scene where Picard is laying down and his hands are tied behind his back.
Yeah.
And I thought he was going to go, Beverly, quick, before they come back. Can you help me? I have to. I don't want to micturate my pants. Please unzip them so I could pee. And she's like, why don't I just untie you? And he's like, no, that they would know. They would know. They would know that you untie me. It's better if you just help me.
It's better if you just help me.
They would know. They would know.
Just take it out for me, please.
Yeah. She's like, but I just easily untie you back up, and no one's gonna. She's like, no. They'll kill me.
They're using a knot that does we don't use in our culture.
Yeah. It's a telltale knot. It'll tell on us if we.
Oh my god.
This is stupid. And then they find where they are, and they go and they kill everybody basically except a goddamn kid.
Yeah,
and they arrest everybody, and they're like, all right, well. Everybody learned their lesson, I guess. The kid's not shooting anybody. Hopefully that kid will grow up or die or get waterboarded. But anyway, not a problem. Let's get the fuck out of here. was like, all right.
Yeah, because the kid still gets taken away by the authorities.
Yeah, to be tortured probably.
Yeah, into this authoritarian regime that we don't know what they'll do to him.
Put him in a gulag, dude. That's what they're gonna do.
Oh man!
And then at the end, fucking Picard's all smiling, and he's like, job well done. I got these two together: the deadbeat mom and her son, the terrorist. Back at it again, dude. Like Daniel in the 20th century with his white vans.
Back at it again. Yeah. Damn, Daniel.
Damn. This episode was very, very, very disappointing. I had sat down and I was high as shit. I was like, I'm gonna have fun with this episode. I'm gonna eat my goddamn Fruity Pebbles and I'm gonna have some fun, dude. And the Fruity Pebbles tastes like shit because this episode was shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 2, which is the lowest number I think I've given anything.
Damn. Wow.
It didn't need it doesn't need to exist. We learned nothing about any other characters. Beverly didn't become.
No, we learned one thing. There's a secret between.
Well, we did learn that thing,
but we don't know what the secret is.
But it's like a tease. But it's like a tease. Like she just goes, "I gotta tell you something." But
could be anything. It could be as easy as this. I have to tell you something.
I got to tell you the combination to my safe so that when I die, you can open it and you can grab my whatever.
Yeah. Picard, I have to tell you something. What is it? I have to take a shit. And I don't know where the bathrooms are. I don't think they have bathrooms. They're caves. You think
she
they
has
have
a
doors?
crush on him. She's going to say, I have a crush on you.
We don't know. It could be like remember you thought you killed my husband? Yes. I feel so bad that I killed your husband. You didn't kill him. Because I poisoned him first. See? And then he's like, "Oh my god, I felt so guilty all these years." Turns out you were just treating him like a normal patient. You killed him, like you kill all your patients.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and the kid. I'm looking at the scene now. The kid goes with the gun, and she's like, "No more killing."
Yeah. He's like, Billy. And he's like, "My name's not Billy." He's like, "Well, I don't give a shit, dude. Don't fucking kill anybody, dude."
Put the gun down.
Especially not the lady that's going to put you in the gulag as soon as you put the gun down.
And then he gets arrested. But wait, why didn't they just disarm? There's army people behind her why don't they disarm this kid? Why are they letting him stand there, threaten people,
so that
not take him down? Just tackle him.
So that Picard can watch the kid not shoot, and then Picard will go, there it is. The end of terrorism.
We have done our job.
Oh yeah. Well, Riker says, what does he say? Riker says when the kid puts the gun down, he says, oh wait, God, where is it? I keep skipping over it.
He's all guns off the streets, freaks on the bikes.
Freak in the streets.
I'm gonna give this episode 3. You
guys are being generous today.
It just has nothing to say about the topic that it's so directly talking about.
Yeah.
Like the whole time I was watching it with Sarah, we just kept going, that's the IRA.
And also, they didn't have any Irish people. They put Irish people in every goddamn episode.
I think this lady's actually Irish. She has a slight Irish accent.
She seemed to have like a brogue she was hiding.
Very, very slight.
Yeah.
Oh, the quote from Riker is maybe the end begins with one boy putting down his gun. That's the quote.
Yeah.
You know, Beverly, we truly were the high ground.
Yeah. He's all, well, Beverly, I have something to confess. I don't remember any of this. I was high the whole time.
Oh my god.
What about you and Dan and Sarah? What do you think about this episode?
I definitely give it probably a 3, 2 or 3, 2.5.
All right. There you
go. It was not that great. 2
and half a saucer part.
Yeah. Exactly. It was not that great. Yeah. I mean, it just wasn't, the stakes weren't really that high. They're trying to push this mother and son thing, but we don't really usually see that side of the relationship. So it didn't really feel that authentic, I think. It was just weird. And they didn't really say anything with this episode too much. Even though
they were too afraid to take a stance on what they think.
this is what on public TV, they got to be a little bit more
they've
safe,
taken stances before on political topics. It's just that I think here,
well, it depends on the political topic. Maybe this was a little bit too.
Maybe it was too touchy. Apparently, it was banned in Britain and Ireland for quite a while.
This episode?
Yeah, this episode.
Oh, well.
They're like, we don't believe in this bullshit when they're arguing
They're
about.
like, look, this episode
it's like this. Yeah, this is just a really bad episode. We're banning it.
That's why they banned it.
Yeah.
What a poorly written episode. Let's just ban this one.
This one sucks.
Maybe they were actually excited at first. They're like, "Oh, it's about the Troubles. Let's watch."
Yeah, it's like, let's see.
And then they're like, Shakespeare would be so upset that this was written down.
This is put on paper.
Yes, he'd be ashamed.
Come on,
it shall not touch our soils.
Isn't
What a waste of trees.
Patrick Stewart is he's a sir, right?
Yeah.
He's
Sir
got a dick.
Patrick Stewart.
Oh, I get it now.
Is he a sir? Yeah, he's
I believe so. Yeah,
But he let them down, I think, in this episode.
Yeah.
Well, it's not his fault. It's the writing.
It's his fault. He should have said, I refuse to say these words. These are shit words.
He should have said, I'm not participating in this bullshit.
This is a hate crime to say these words.
I'm not doing this.
Oh,
you know what? We're
I'm a
shitting on this
sir.
episode too much, dude.
Yeah.
We apologize. Whoever wrote this, we apologize.
Melinda Snodgrass.
Is it?
Yeah, these are Melinda Snodgrass.
Yeah, but Melinda herself was really dissatisfied with
everyone was.
Linda, listen. This was a bad episode.
You know what? But everybody has that in their career. Not everything's everything's a hit, Sometimes
well, again, to be fair, her original intent was to make it an allegory about the American Revolutionary War.
I think that would have been worse, honestly. I don't think that would have been good.
Well, it could have been interesting in the sense that it was supposed to be that, like I said earlier, Picard's side, the Federation, are the British, and he doesn't realize it until towards the end, and he goes, "Oh shit!"
Right. It gives more of a substantial role to the Federation itself.
Yeah.
And it isn't just like, hey, Beverly's captured. Like one of us is captured and being, held captive by a creep again.
Yeah.
Like it feels so samey. That's why I'm giving it a 3.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was The High Ground. No one says the title of the episode, The High Ground.
The High Ground was a low point in season 3.
But yeah, I agree. At this point, it is the high ground was not so high.
Well, listen. Hopefully, you enjoyed this episode of Newbie Star Trek more than we enjoyed this episode of The Next Generation. And if you also have been enjoying this podcast, maybe you could head on over to Spotify, give us a rating, or head on over to Apple Podcasts or Podcast Addict to give us a review there. Whether you liked it or not, actually, it's just good to have some feedback on these sites. And it helps our metrics, etc., and so on and so forth. Also, if you ever want to send us an email, you can do that at contact@newbiestartrek.com. That's contact@newbiestartrek.com. And this week, we actually have yet another email from Jackie.
Nice.
Jackie
Back in the house, dude.
Yeah, she's
our favorite Jackie.
I'm sorry, I'm assuming but they don't specifically say. But in any case, they have responded again to a question we directly asked last week.
The dick size question?
Oh, yes. So the name of the subject line of the email is the Enterprise's heat-seeking missiles.
Oh, I like that. Very diplomatic. Jackie, very diplomatic. I like that.
So Jackie writes, this is a tough one, but I feel my years as a confused teenager watching this show have prepared me.
Yeah.
Size, girth and length, data, uncircumcised. I mean, you don't.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, you don't build a robot and not give him a flopping hot dog.
That's true.
Also,
that's true.
He was programmed with many forms of pleasure, according to episode 2 with Tasha. So he won't give him the knowledge without the equipment. So
yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
You
Best
need the
lover,
equipment.
Worf, circumcised. I feel like Klingons take any kind of sport or battle very seriously. So they would have some great technique and power. But I'm not confident that an entire species that is so aggressive would not have some sort of Napoleon syndrome. It's fair.
Yeah, that's true.
That's fair.
That's
Also, if they have
very
redundant penises, then it's possible that one is just smaller than the other because they're redundant.
Now, when they're redundant, are they both ready to go simultaneously, or does one need to somehow be
I would think simultaneous. No?
So actually, people don't 100% know. So what it was always a joke because there is an episode later on where they directly mention that Klingons have redundant organs, right? So people always said, haha, that must mean their penises. But then in Discovery, they actually canonized it. There's a scene apparently of a Klingon peeing, and there's 2 streams, and it's side by side. So the penises are side by side.
What the fuck?
The peni.
Yeah. The penisopodes.
Yeah.
Are side by side.
The peni.
There's not
side
much
by side.
Yeah.
Okay.
There isn't much explanation beyond that. I haven't seen the footage in person, nor have I seen anything of this.
Well, we don't have any spoilers.
Yeah, exactly. So this is what I've been told, that the streams are side by side.
What happens if you cross the streams?
Yeah.
They couldn't they? They could cross their own streams. Also, honorable mentions, Riker. Practice makes perfect. He gets a lot of practice. So.
It does.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. I think if Data has a penis, I mean he does. Sorry, if his maker tried to make him as human as possible, because since circumcision is like it's done after. I mean, like it's almost like an elective surgery, right? So I would think that his maker made him like as natural of a human being as possible. So there's foreskin
to start with. To
start with, he could take it off. Maybe. I mean, it's attachable.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe he can attach, reattach type.
Yeah,
attach.
That's a superpower. He can grow,
just like his arms. He can like take his arm on and arm off.
Yeah,
yeah.
Because it's twisted foreskin.
or maybe he has 2 penises, like you just.
Oh, they're you can swap them.
And he's like one's has foreskin, one's ribbed, and one's not. You know,
so there's like multiple attachments.
Yeah. It's like
it's like one with extra ridging.
So it's like KitchenAid attachments.
Yeah. And I think
one makes pasta.
Yeah. Worf is too strong. I think probably Data, but also I think Data is retractable. So his is like the perfect size to whatever the lady he's with.
Like, of course, Data would be perfect. He knows exactly what to do.
Yeah, he's like he'll size her up. He's like, oh, this girl likes this.
She's programmed.
Yeah,
he's programmed to be perfect.
Yeah, he runs the numbers in his head, and he's like, okay. And it's like, boom, perfect size. So I'm going to say biggest dick is Tasha, dude. She's badass, dude. But if I had...
when Tasha was in charge of security, we never felt like she could handle
unsecure.
Something. Yeah. It didn't feel like she could handle most everything going on.
Worf gets fucking... just punked left and right, dude. The doctor's like, "Fuck you, Worf. I'm staying here, dude." And he's like, "All right, I guess so." You think Tasha would have done that? She was like, "No, you idiot. I don't care. Let's get the fuck out of here, dude." Would have slapped fucking Beverly in the back of the head. Oh, what the hell? And then just beamed up, dude.
Just grabbed her.
Yeah.
Well, Jackie, thanks for the question.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jackie. That was that was so insightful.
Yeah.
Also signed again, Pasta alla Utah. By the way.
Pasta alla Utah.
Maybe that's how she wants to be, or how they want to be
Jackie
called.
alla Utah.
Yeah.
Maybe next time the letter or email will be from Pasta.
Pasta.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. If you want to listen to some other stuff we do, we also have the Fugitive Frames Film Podcast, where
a lot of things happen.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
We have a lot going on.
We're gonna head back into the canon films, aren't we?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. We're getting close to fucking Masters of the Universe, guys. Masters of the Universe and Superman 4, the quest for more peace. We're doing some shit.
I'm really looking forward the most to Superman 4, actually, just because it's been a while, and I have a memory as a child of it being boring but fun. So I don't know if that holds.
Was that the one where they had like the bad Superman?
No,
that's Superman 3.
That's 3.
3, yeah.
This one's with Richard Pryor.
Yeah, this one. No, wait, 4 is the one with Richard Pryor?
No, 3 was one with Richard Pryor, and Superman himself turned bad. But I'm talking about Superman 4, where they have like the anti-Superman.
No, Superman 4 is Nuclear Man is the bad guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Like,
that's
you know, like the guy who was
anti-suit.
also powerful and could fly and shit. Like, you know, someone who was powerful enough to fight Superman.
Yeah. Well, Superman 3 also had a bad Superman. So that's why I thought you meant that one.
It wasn't bad Superman, just Superman, though.
Yeah,
it was
Superman
Bizarro. It was Bizarro.
But then he fights himself. There's a scene where he fights himself in the junkyard.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah, you're right. I forgot. Oh, God damn it.
Yeah, and then he goes back and he retilts the tower. All that.
Wait, hold on. Now I'm just too confused. How did that work? Why did Red Kryptonite make 2 Supermen?
It's not explained. It's like ever since the end of the first movie where it turns out he can just kind of do whatever he wants. This is
for the record, an amnesia kiss is one of the worst powers they ever gave him.
All of the extra powers they gave, the fact that he can turn back time by just circling around the earth.
I'm just saying that the amnesia kiss makes him a fucking
turn back time.
Yeah, they're all terrible. These are all terrible Superman ideas. But anyway, that's the Fugitive Frames Film Podcast. We also have the Fugitive Games, our YouTube channel. I've been streaming a lot of Fallout Tale of Two Wastelands, which is a mod that combines Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3 into one game. And I also had a bunch of other mods like Vegas Skies and Electro City and all these extra like DLC. I keep calling them DLC missions. They're mods. These are just mods that add new missions. And one of the mods was terrible. This Niner companion was the most annoying thing I've ever seen. So I tried to kill him right away. But yeah, that's going on over at the YouTube channel, Fugitive Games.
And just for anyone curious about this run, Marvin's doing it with a particular gimmick, and that is he is role playing.
Yes,
as Dr. Doom.
Yes, I'm pretending. Because I always try to go for choices that I would just normally make, but that means I play the game almost exactly the same way every time. So this time I was like, listen, what if I'm a supervillain? Not like a sociopath, but a supervillain, like Dr. Doom, right? Because Dr. Doom is like an interesting supervillain, because he's like a diplomat, but also a bad guy, but also he shoots finger lasers, and also he really likes explosions and hidden missiles.
And so also he gets caught in the web of Spider-Man and his amazing friends.
Yes. So, what would he do in these situations? So that's the run I've been doing. And also, slight self-plug, because new revelations are happening. So this is a movie I made, if you guys don't know. Actually, Sarah also has produced it. Sarah was my producer on the movie.
That's right.
Yes.
We made a movie called A Knight's Tour. And
not to be confused with A Knight's Tale.
Yes, it's not starring Heath
we did
Ledger.
We did not work with Heath Ledger,
no.
and we did not direct and write.
A Knight's Tour, like a tour the Force, I guess.
A knight, like knight in shining armor, like
a knight, like a knight, a knight. And I always used to, whenever I plugged it on the podcast every once in a while, I would keep saying it's on Vudu, and that was false. It was on Tubi. It is now actually on Vudu.
Yes.
So now it is both on Vudu and Tubi. So if you want,
can catch it anywhere. Also, it's on iTunes. Google
it's also
Play,
on iTunes,
Amazon,
Google, YouTube. So yeah, it's on a bunch of different places.
Stream it, watch it. You guys will not be disappointed. It is an awesome movie. And I'm not just saying that because I produced it, but it is great.
Apparently,
right, Dan? It's a good movie. It's a great fucking movie.
It's a good movie.
You sound like Tarantino talking about his first movie.
It's a great movie.
You ever seen that? You ever seen that panel, Sarah, or Tarantino?
I have not. I've since removed myself from anything Tarantino.
Yeah, there was like some sort of Comic-Con panel or something where he was on a panel with Robert Rodriguez. And he was just up on talking about Reservoir Dogs. He's
okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
Reservoir Dogs is a good movie.
I actually don't like it very much. But basically, Reservoir Dogs, he was like, yeah, it's a great fucking movie. Come on, guys, just admit it. Come on, everyone, just admit it's a great fucking movie.
Everyone here, just admit it.
There are enough people who like it that, he can try that, sure.
Yeah, and the crowd just kind of awkwardly goes, yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm going to try that. I'm going to try that tactic. I'm going to try that. And I'm going to say, this is a great fucking movie. You will not regret watching it. It's really good. Again, A Knight's Tour, available on Vudu. We will have the link in the podcast description so that you can access it easily, watch it, stream it.
Yeah. And actually, all of this stuff.
Let us know. Actually, email. If you watch the movie email us. Let us know what you think. If you
and then
to.
all of the stuff we talked about, the podcasts, the Fugitive Frames Film Podcast, Fugitive Games, Knights Tour, all of it, just go to fugitiveframes.com and you'll have links to everything there. That's fugitiveframes.com. So, this week we had watched an episode we really did not care for. Next week, I fear, will be similar. It's called Deja.
No, please.
It's called Deja Q.
Yeah.
Guess why it's called Deja Q?
Oh boy.
Because our favorite character returns. But
again,
luckily, I would argue that this is an episode that appeals to people who hate Q. So that'll be fun.
I'll be the judge of that.
When are we having? When Scott, our guest Scott, is going to join us again? But I don't remember which episode.
Oh, that'll be for an upcoming episode. It's not going to be for another 3 weeks, I think.
Okay,
yeah,
got it.
So or 3 episodes, I should say. We might take a break. Who knows? But yeah, that's been Newbie Star Trek. Thanks for listening, everybody. Stay safe. We'll see you guys next time.
Safe. Bye.
Later, everybody.
If you could turn back time.